My brain went there
Games.
too, and I'm also trying to avoid it.
Games.
Games.
Ah.
Games.
Roll bones!
Roll bones. Ow.
Bones.
Ow!
Jesus. Okay, we're rolling.
You told us to roll bones.
16.
No,
Hey.
I was repeating Punk who said roll bones.
You should know how dangerous that is.
It's
13?
gonna be dangerous, my friend.
My friend, you need a mindset change for this.
Oh,
You cannot get away with that.
oh come on, that was a 14.
Okay, see, but my favorite,
The brainworms have struck.
I love the rowing. First up, uncharted waters.
I'm gonna fucking... I'm gonna, like, one day, without telling y'all, I'm gonna replace all the music in this game with
Do it.
just Epic the Musical and see if
Ta-da!
anyone notices it.
You do realize we're gonna, like, I am gonna clock that shit immediately.
I mean, I already referenced
Like,
Survive.
I'll type it in chat going, hey Tart, what the hell?
I'm gonna, like, when y'all, like, start fighting, like, the final boss, you're just gonna hear, Poseidon! Poseidon!
Okay, but I'd be like, okay, guys, I think he has a point. We shouldn't have fucked up.
Oh shit.
Guys, gals, non-binary
this.
pals, hello, and welcome to another episode of War of the Shared Sun, Exilia Regalia. It is me, your humble dumble master, the one and only Pooting Pastry, the farting tart. How are we doing today, gamers?
Well, you know,
All right, good talk. Okay. No, go on, Joe.
I was gonna say, you know, just living, breathing,
Yes.
going, trying to chill with the waves.
Yes. Joe, theoretical question. If Mercy had a price, how much would it be? I'm thinking 1995.
I'd say about. Depends on the situation. I don't know.
True
I'd say
fitting.
about an eye for an eye.
So, anyways, yes, we are here tonight with. Oh God, I'm so sorry. We are here tonight with the Punkyard Dogs, the CGs, the Joe Mojos, the J Frost 747s, and the Wicked River 97s. So I guess I need. Okay, we're gonna start tonight on a bit of a more somber note. I did not tell the group beforehand that I was going to talk about this on stream, but I am deciding to as a spur of the moment decision. So, with some recent discussions, a decision has been made, and due to commitment issues, we have voided Sarah's spot at the table for the foreseeable future. We're going to try to make things work the best way that we can. There's no ill will or remorse for anyone between this group of friends. We are wishing them the best of luck in their endeavors. We are wishing them good health with the medical issues that they've had in recent weeks. But for now, their spot at the table is going to remain empty for a majority of the remainder of this campaign. With that being said, did we go ahead and roll our test rolls?
We did.
Yeah.
Excellent. Great.
Possibly.
Then I guess I need to find music. Let me see. We're going to do this one. Last time, Exilia Regalia endured much hardship as they bore the weight of the trial set before them by the Fate Weavers, a creature that had disrupted the fates of many, a false Hydra. It was a tiring confrontation that pushed several of the party to their limits, but Exilia Regalia emerged victorious without any casualties. Thus, the Fate Weavers upheld their end of the bargain. With a single snip of scissors, the connection that bound their friend Adam Acosta and their enemy Marissa Eberhardt was severed. A previously unkillable foe, that was hard to say, was finally vulnerable. With this deed done, the party awakens from their stupor, stronger than before. Day 5 begins. As we covered last time, y'all leveled up.
Yay.
Yay!
So, kind of touching back on where we ended, y'all have woken back up from this ritual that had been put together with the combined efforts of your group, Kieran and Reno, and it seems like several hours have gone by as it is now on the cusp of morning. The sun has begun to rise. You guys are granted the benefit of a long rest due to your you technically met the conditions of a long rest. So, you are being granted one as such.
Hooray!
Hooray! But as you kind of return back to consciousness, you see Reno, who was sat in the center of the circle, also snaps out of that state of unconsciousness that you noticed he was in when you first entered this chamber. And Kieran kind of collapses down to her knees and is kind of breathing heavily.
Oh, we're back.
Yeah, about time. Whew.
Okay. How long were we out?
Well, as she says, kind of catching herself again, given that it's now morning, I'd say, I don't know, roughly 10 hours, give or take. A reminder that you guys started at night. It was encroaching upon midnight, so at this point it'd be roughly somewhere from the 8 to 10 a.m. range.
So, you need rest.
Yeah, I actually, for the most part, I feel okay. But I definitely need to catch my breath and get some water.
Just make sure you do take a moment to just gather yourself.
Yeah, of course. I also sort of played spectator on that whole scenario. Good work, guys. Really.
Yeah, I'm glad that we were successful. I'm also really glad that we had proper guidance. Because the ethereal plane, that's spooky.
Yeah, no, I was uneasy the entire time, and I don't spook easily.
Sorry, I was throwing dice at the cat.
How dare.
Who's now glaring at me.
Well, no wonder
I was
Bella's
gonna
a
say,
bitch.
No wonder she's upset with you.
No, she deserves it. This is me paying her back from earlier where I was literally
High five,
sitting
Joe.
there
Fuck
doing
you, tart.
nothing. And she
Like-
fucking tried to bite me. Well, not bite me, but claw at me.
I'm just gonna say this. From
Deserved.
my cats, if they think that you're going against them, they will continuously try to throw it back to you. Like, Smokey here. Chill cat. Loving cat. Tries to scare my wife on a consistent basis. Doesn't do that with anybody else. And what does my wife do in return? Scares the fuck out of her.
But returning back to her again. Reno kind of stands from the center of the circle that was placed by Kieran and says, "Yes, I was also a spectator to the events that took place within. Very well done. I was wondering what had happened to the false Hydra."
What do you mean happened? And what is that thing called again? He says with like wide eyes and just like this perplexed look on his face.
But he said,
That was the creature you faced, the false Hydra. It is a creature that, much like the Fate Weaver said, if it... Well, it consumes the memories of those it encounters. Most unprepared individuals can't even acknowledge its existence. If it eats a creature, memory of that creature is erased. Flit, you recall thinking back that slight hiccup where now you remember it just fine, but that hiccup where you had a moment of, what are we doing? Why are we fighting?
oh, yeah. I experienced that firsthand.
I'd heard the myths and legends, but was unaware whether or not the creature had actually existed or not. But it's now good to see that it has been dispatched.
That's all. If it's like any other of those other planar creatures, it might just come back at some undetermined period of time.
Well, we're going to hope that that is not the case. And besides, it perished in the ethereal. It can't go anywhere. Its spirit would have been lost.
That is fair, actually.
Man.
This is why I argue that the ethereal plane is the most dangerous of the planes.
You're not wrong. I wonder what would have happened, maybe if we didn't outright perish, but if we had fallen unconscious. Would we have just woken up here again? Musings for another day.
Kieran kind of speaks up. Seems likely. That'd be my guess, at least.
I guess it's still a good thing we didn't suffer that fate. I didn't want to. I just don't want to think about that.
No, you're right. The thoughts of disappearing from people's minds. Yeah, no, I would rather not.
Regardless, that was quite an accomplishment. You all did well, and I presume we will be hearing from Mr. Acosta soon.
I'm going to rub it in his face that I severed his ties of fate.
As you should.
I mean, you get to rub it in his face, but I feel like someone else might react a bit more negatively to it.
I don't care, he says with like the biggest like shit-eating grin on his face.
Oh, I agree.
Somewhere there's angry sneezing.
At you!
I don't know why. I'm just imagining Marissa just sneezes, like not really bursts, like little sparks of fire just like shoot out of her nose.
She actually is one of those silent sneezers that...
Oh god.
Yeah.
Of course she is.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course she is.
Fucking. I mean, yeah, like it's all cutesy. No, it's annoying.
Regardless, I think getting out of this chamber will do everyone some good. I will, seeing as Lady Carlisle is, well, tired? Yes. I will handle cleanup here.
That sounds good. Let's get you to... Well, maybe not bed, but still a nice place to detox. Looking on over to Kieran.
I would love a warm meal.
Breakfast sounds amazing.
Do you all want to go out and have some brekkie?
Yes.
Get us some IHOP.
Can we go to the fantasy equivalent of Waffle House?
No, someone's gonna start a fight.
I was about to say.
We have 3 people here that can finish it. I want
Riot!
I want my
Corey
all-American
fights the
breakfast.
We get to Waffle House. And it's the only place that wasn't touched by the Orient invasion.
They knew
Spick
better.
and span, because those fry cooks back behind the line couldn't fight.
Y'all are gonna find the femboy Waffle House.
I feel offended.
If I were to make a Waffle House in my setting, I would have it run by Harada.
Ah,
Harada is the the producer of the Tekken series, and people keep telling him to make a Waffle House arena,
Yeah.
and he's very enthralled by the meme.
I'm looking at a picture of
He's
the guy.
trying.
Yeah, I could definitely see this guy as a no-nonsense manager.
Doesn't have to be Waffle House per se.
I just want Waffle House. Above cake.
So I
I've
guess
had
we all
about
go
2
to
weeks.
Waffle House.
Y'all are going to nondescript Waffle House.
a house of waffles.
You guys kind of catching your bearings from everything you take. What could qualify under normal circumstances as a short rest, even though you just woke up? You all catch your breath, kind of regain your bearings. It's very disorienting going to sleep, like actually doing shit, feeling the strain, but then waking up and all that strain being gone.
Yeah, kind of like if you're just up the whole night because you're not sleepy, and then it gets to the morning and you're still not sleepy.
Yeah, pretty much. I guess I need to clarify for this next bit. Do you guys like actually go out to nondescript Waffle House and eat, or do you just eat in like the castle? I feel like nondescript Waffle House is funny, but I just want to clarify.
I don't mind eating in the castle.
I don't mind eating in the castle.
You just
either.
ask for waffles.
Yes.
Yeah, I was gonna say. I was just making fun.
Your
Fun
group
fact,
has brought mountains of waffles.
I'm more a pancake person.
Why did you respond like that, Punk?
I don't like pancakes. I'm sorry.
Hey,
Really?
high five.
I didn't know this.
They're mushy to me.
I-
It's a texture thing. Now that
What's
they taste
your
bad,
what are your thoughts on French toast?
it's all right if it's crispy.
Okay. If it's crispy.
When it comes to pancakes and waffles, I have a switch.
It's gotta be brioche bread though.
Hey,
Hey. But as you guys are standing there and you're enjoying your meal, you hear the frantic sounds of footsteps approaching your group. Not running per se, but somebody who's like definitely walking for purpose, definitely looking for someone. And as you hear these footsteps approach, you hear a familiar voice. Who the hell's all they? Oh! As Adam Acosta rounds the corner and finds your group.
Oh, hi, Adam.
What did you do?
Tosses a waffle at him.
Hold on, let me see. I'm gonna make a deck save to see if it fucking hits him or if it just slaps him in the face.
please just
Okay.
slap him in the face like
Oh,
style on a
that's-
kid.
That's
Please
a
land
2
in
on
his
the
mouth.
die. That's...
Please land in his mouth.
You know what? Yeah, hold on. High or low, Joe?
I'm feeling good. I'm feeling good. Hi.
That's 41. You ever seen like those videos of like somebody throwing lightly throwing a slice of cheese on a dog's face? That's kind of what happens with Adam and this pancake. Just a light, and it just it falls to the
He stops
floor just
mid-sentence.
limply, and he just
Seals off.
stood there in silence for a moment. Okay. As he takes his hand and he starts wiping his face. Now that
It's
that's
called
out of the way.
breakfast. Have some. He says, just trying to clear up a spot for him.
What? Yes. No. What? Fine. Whatever. And he'll start making his way over. And as he's like starting to make a plate. So what did you do?
They
You know,
felt something, huh?
Just took a little day trip to the ethereal plane, severed your ties with Marissa Everhart, and had a nice little chat with a weaver of fates, as you do.
He stops dead cold. You what?
Kind of grabs him by like his cheeks. You are no longer tied to Marissa.
Ever fart.
Fucking
It's
got
like,
him,
he-
dude.
Fucking Corbin just like stops, pulls out like a parchment, writes that one down real quick. Bit crass, but you know what? Back to the task at hand. Like still staring like into Adam's eyes.
You see that Adam is a mix of emotions right now. He's a little bit of disbelief, a lot of relief, a little bit of fear. That explains a lot. Wow, okay. Well, first there was immense pain for probably roughly 6 seconds. And then it was like, how do I explain this? It's like I've become accustomed to being underwater and I finally have come up for air. I can finally live my own life.
The future doesn't seem so certain now, does it?
You see he plops down in a chair. Fuck. Thank you. I mean, really, truly. Words can't begin to describe how much this means to me. Thank you. All of you. Fuck, I want some waffles.
Well, hold on.
Try to give
If
you one.
You owe me.
There is a payment involved. And I'm afraid I'm going to have to collect right now.
Uh-huh.
She said it, not me. He says.
What's going
You didn't, like, sell my soul to a devil, did you?
No, I honestly think that what we encountered was scarier.
Wonderful.
Devils are easy.
Great. I love that.
Can we not over my waffles?
You didn't sell my soul to it, did you?
No, it's dead.
No,
Oh, good.
no.
Great.
Oh no, it wasn't dead, but we definitely killed something that was worse than a devil to solve this.
Okay. Confused,
worry.
but okay.
Don't worry. And Foot's going to walk on over to Adam. And it's like, and now the price must be paid. And she's going to pull a hair out from him.
Ow! Ah, hey! Yo! Watch the dude! This might actually start growing now.
I think you'll appreciate parting with this one. And she's going to sew it into what I can only assume is a bag of hairs.
Out of context, that sounds like the craziest thing, but
Does.
in character, it's like one of the most normal things.
Mm-hmm.
If Flit was high intelligence, low wisdom, they would have this bag of hairs, but none of them would be categorized, so it'd just be a random bag of hair that's unlabeled.
Can Corey go over and clinch him in a spine-breaking hug?
Real quick, I just want to make an Arcana check for him to see if he knows what you're doing, Flit.
Sure.
Okay, yeah, that's good. Oh. Almost have regeneration.
You no longer have your traditional safety net, so I think it'd be only fair that we give you a new one.
No, that's fair. I appreciate that. Honestly.
How do you feel about being, oh, I don't know, a dwarf? He says very, like, snarkily.
Fucking.
Or a Ganassi.
I could think
Well-
of worse things than a dwarf.
Let's just say,
Like, I could end up as, like, a kobold or something. No offense to kobolds, wonderful folk, but I'd hate to be one.
oh, no, let's just say the more we stray away from a possible path in the future, the more it becomes more and more inevitable.
Wonderful. I am just built on a foundation of good looks, and I feel like being a kobold would ruin all this. As he does the Giga Chad face.
Anyway,
You see, his thoughts kind of trail off for a second. I think I would be a good-looking dwarf. That's besides the point. And this is the point where you come up and you give him a hug, Corey. It goes, Bones!
Your payment to me is you have to come by Havana Hall
Sure, yeah,
regularly.
I would love to.
wait, wasn't he there before?
I sure was.
Yeah.
Kinda. Now I'm really making sure. He owes me now.
I can be a frequent patron, provided that I survive.
She squints and lets him go.
Because we obviously need to address the elephant in the room here. I can
Yes.
die now. And while I am certainly capable of handling myself, that does bring note that if I die while you guys are over there, you're not getting back. At least not by the Enigma Gate.
Do you? I'm sorry. Do you think that lightly of me? He says he looks a little offended, but not by much.
That's not what I'm saying. As he puts his hand on your shoulder, slightly chuckling. We are sending a lot of people over, and we don't know what's over there. I'm just saying that a little bit of precaution will probably be smart.
I understand that the whole assault is going to be strenuous, and a quick escape back is going to be needed. But I don't know. I'm just, for the first time in a long time, I have had a whole wave of just confidence, genuine confidence that wasn't just some false bravado. It feels doable. It feels like we are on the right path to actually do something. No more losses. No more just sitting there and taking one on the chin. We are actually going to be getting one up on these people.
He is. You two are eye to eye as you're saying this, and you do see a little bit of tension kind of melt from his body with the words that you carry. Yeah, you're right. It's about time we finish this.
Though,
Holy
You
shit,
do?
I'm gonna be rid of my ex-wife. Woo!
Stab her in the face! Cora stabs a knife in her waffle.
yeah, tell me what that's like when this is all over. I hope to never have that feeling.
It ain't good,
Pussy.
let me tell you that. Although in this circumstance, it is wonderful.
I hope I don't have to deal with that either.
I don't know if I've told you congrats, by the way.
Liz gonna be the best dressed of
Thank
us from now
you.
on. Just stunning.
Slight side eyes.
It's not like she
Yes,
wouldn't
it
make
tastes-
clothes for y'all.
No, I know that was more just a joke at the live-in Taylor. Congrats.
As you guys are having this conversation, another individual begins to round the corner. I figured I might find you all with the sounds of cheers and screaming. As Theon rounds the corner.
Oh, hey Theon, grab a waffle.
Tomorrow, I trust that we are celebrating an achievement of some sort.
Oh, you know, breaking the ties that bind on two people's souls, severing fates and all that.
Ah, so you've solved our Marissa issue, or at least carved the path for it.
That'd be the case.
Righting a necessary wrong.
Excellent. Cedric will be glad to hear that. We've not much time now. Cedric is busy at the moment. Well, I say busy. He is yet to awaken. He had a long night. But I figured I should report to you all now that nearly all of our forces are assembled. We are set to meet tomorrow morning. And then from there, well, if we're trying to be precautious and prevent disaster, after that meeting, presumably we will be headed for Paradigm. Which brings me to my business with you all for today. You all have done so much. Not just for us, but for yourselves. A lot of it has been trouble and toil. And so, it is a request that I would like to give you all to take care of yourselves today. You all have loved ones who have gone without seeing you for some time. And, well, depending on how tomorrow goes. Well, I hate for it to be the last time.
Like gets a somber look on her face, just again realizing the high probability of people not coming back.
I would just like to suggest to you all, take a little time. Go see your families, your loved ones. I think it will do you some good. If you request travel, I am able to provide it. But it's just a friendly suggestion.
Corvin will kind of like put his hand to his chin in contemplation. He just kind of says to himself and Sylvan, well, now's as good as 10 as any.
Corey's gonna tap Diana's hand. Are we seeing yours or mine first?
I actually preemptively went and saw my parents the other day. So we should actually be okay in that department.
You sure?
Yeah, I'm sure.
Alright.
They are demanding, though, that you come around and see them again, though. So, with that, any other conversation you guys would like to have while you're here?
I think I'll just nip this in the bud right now. So, Flit's going to look to Theon. Can you ask me a favor? Do me a favor.
What is that?
Are you going to be seeing a large number of our forces and their leaders before the meeting. I don't know what you're up to today.
I'll likely be checking in with a number of them. Yes. Why?
Well, as Adam just learned, I'm working on a bit of a safety net. Could you procure a hair or a small piece of themselves for me?
I will gather what I can from who? From the ones I meet today.
Thank you. I just don't want to be like, we're all at a meeting. It's like, oh, by the way, can I have a piece of you? It just feels kind of weird. Okay. I guess. Other than that, I'll go over my inventory, see if there's something I can provide for the meeting, but that's something for later, and I think you're right. I think a day to ourselves is worth it.
Anyone else?
I got nothing.
Nope.
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 Okay. As your group begins to disperse, well, we have quite a few scenes we need to cover. Y'all are gonna go see your families.
Have fun!
Have fun.
Family.
Man. This is about to be a whole experience.
Yeah. He says, picking up his D6. Who is gonna go first? Flip. Thematic, it would be you first. And all these are gonna kind of happen simultaneously. It's not gonna be like one scene happens, then another. Like, obviously, it's gonna be I'm doing one scene at a time, but it's not like Flit's scene happens and then Corvin's scene happens after Flit's scene, if that makes sense. All these scenes are gonna be happening somewhat simultaneously.
It was a bossing save.
Yeah, that's a good way of putting it.
Flit, you know the situation with your family. And more specifically, as you think about your family, you recall your vision that was given to you by the Fate Weavers. You remember seeing that scene of your father giving you up to Corladora for protection, a boon. The specifics are not, you're not really sure on. But something you are sure on. One, your mother wasn't happy about it, clearly. And two, you now know your full proper name, Flitara. Your family is, we'll say, indisposed. But you do have two individuals very close to you that you could go see. One is usually at your side as a tiny little lizard, and the other you actually just saw a little bit ago in Reno.
I think at that, Flit is going to. I think she'll head out to Reno first. I mean, anything else? I mean, Toshi's coming with me.
Mm-hmm.
and she has a bit of an idea.
Mm-hmm.
So she'll make her way on over to Reno's study, probably a bit later in the day,
Mm-hmm.
just because that man was doing some shit last night.
Yeah. You probably reconvene with Reno a bit closer to midday. Probably closer to like maybe 11, 12.
Yeah.
You recall Reno saying that he was going to clean up the ritual circle and all the individual pieces that involved. As you return to area, it seems that he has done that, and you seek him out in his study, as you said, where, as you can imagine, you do find him. Though, when normally he would be in the midst of a book or inscribing something, he seems to be lost in thought. There is way up above what appears to be a sort of a large scale like globe of the plane, of the realm, that seems to be slowly turning on a, not a pedestal, but like a contraption above. If you've ever seen like a museum planetarium,
Mm-hmm.
kind of like that. And he's just kind of standing there staring up at it, seemingly lost in thought.
Knock, knock.
He sort of catches himself and he looks to you. Ah, hello, my dear. Please, come in.
But walks inside, walks up to the globe. What you looking at?
Well, everything, really. Just taking a moment of contemplation. I find that it often does one of my, we'll say, age well. It helps me stay, almost said leveled. What's the word I'm thinking of? Grounded. I got there.
Yeah.
Helps me stay grounded. I've been around a long time. A very long time. Sometimes just taking a moment and thinking about where I've been, what I've done. It's almost therapeutic.
We'll smile at that. It's always a moment. It's always good to have that moment to just take a bit to breathe, right?
Correct.
If you'd be interested, there's something I feel like we should do.
Oh?
It might be a little selfish for a little bit, but do you want to go on a picnic?
I would love that, actually. I'm trying to ease myself before tomorrow, and I think that is probably one of the best ideas I've heard in the past few days.
Well, I might complicate it a little bit because I wanted to go somewhere specific.
Oh?
I wanted to go home.
He smiles. Tell me this. I suppose this gives me a chance to unveil a little secret that I've been holding. Come with me.
Yeah. All right. Follow.
Actually, have you prepared this picnic already and prepped for this conversation? You've had some time.
In prep for this conversation specifically, No, not really.
Mm-hmm.
I have an idea, but I don't have specifics.
Mm-hmm. Do you need to prepare a meal, my dear?
Oh. That is kind of a core component of picnics, isn't it?
Usually, he says, smiling.
Something like a realization hits Foot in the face, and she's like, you know, I don't think I've ever cooked before. Huh. Maybe I should try my hand at it.
Do you want me to teach you?
Ooh, that sounds lovely.
I'll admit it's been a couple months, years since I've stepped foot in the kitchen, but I was back in my prime. I was quite the chef.
Oh, did you wear the hat and everything?
Yes, I also had a little rat up there who would give me instructions.
Oh, I
So-
see. Oh, I see. I wasn't your first druid friend. Oh, I get it.
Correct. His name was Gregory.
I bet he was a wonderful individual.
He was, until he got eaten. And then he transformed back inside the bird. The bird was several hundred feet off the ground.
Oh,
Yeah, it wasn't a pretty sight. He was fine, mostly. Just developed a fear from birds after that point.
I don't blame him. Though, not exactly the best image when I'm starting to think about my first foray into cooking. Maybe we don't make something with chicken today.
I have an odd compromise, if
Oh.
you'll hear me out.
Absolutely.
I have recently come upon a recipe that involves abyssal chicken.
Abyssal chicken? Can't say I'm familiar.
Horrible, terrifying little fiends. They are the tiniest little things. They're pests, mostly. But they are nasty little buggers. Above game, I don't know if anyone here knows what an abyssal chicken is.
I do.
I'm just picturing a void chicken from Stardew.
Oh, you wish.
Yeah.
In general.
Yeah, no. Literally looks like a chicken wing.
Oh,
Surprising,
with teeth!
surprisingly no abyssal chickens in Baldur's Gate. I'm very disappointed.
Yeah, I'm surprised that didn't come up at all, actually.
Maybe Raphael has a chicken coop on the outside of the House of Hope.
That's the weirdest. Is that a right angle? Is that ass in a right angle? I'm sorry, I'm laughing at the
It's
triangle.
it's the
Throw that
letter
out.
Triangle
L
chicken.
on legs.
The triangle hell on legs.
Yeah, they lay their eggs in the wounds of the dead.
Ugh!
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's gross.
Bastards.
Disgusting.
You sculpt
Fry them, but don't eat them. Just fry them.
Oddly enough, that is what we are going to be doing. A little bit of abyssal chicken katsu.
Oh.
Have you ever? Well, no. I guess you said you haven't cooked. Okay, we're going up a couple steps. So first, we'll start with the eggs. I'll teach you how to cook an egg. I almost said fry an egg. We're not there yet. And then I will show you how to fry the abyssal chicken. Now, clarification: cooking with fiends and other not unnatural, arcane creatures is certainly different from cooking with simple beef, pork, chicken, but is an experience on its own, which is why I prefer it that way.
So it's unique compared to normal cooking?
Oh, extremely. I think we'll have a good time.
Lead the way, master.
You guys have spent the next probably hour or two finding your way, getting your bearings around the kitchen. Go ahead and... What would a fucking cooking check be? I guess survival? But
It is survival.
Okay, great. Make me a survival check. Because I was almost willing to go performance. Oh, that's a nat 1 on one of those. But I think it was after it calculated the roll.
Yeah. 14.
It's, for your first time, especially working on a creature outside of what you would see in the prime material, it's not bad. Abyssal chicken, quite spicy.
You got that hellflame wings.
Mm-hmm. Make you and Reno work together to make some ramen with I guess fuck it, we'll just say fried eggs. With fried abyssal chicken eggs, and then some abyssal chicken wings on the side, which is weird considering that they don't really have wings per se. They're abyssal chickens are not good flyers. They are in fact bad flyers. Hold on, let me see if I can find an abyssal chicken mid-flight.
Fly as about as well as man.
Oh, here we go.
I don't see any wings.
Here we go. The
Ah,
body is the wing.
What you're saying is it's
I hate
all
that.
drumsticks.
It is a giant drumstick that just happens to have wings on it.
Okay, all drumsticks and breasts.
Pretty much. But you all, the two of you working together, Reno's products are certainly better than yours, but yours are not bad considering it was a first attempt. You have your food, now you just need your venue. So, my dear, you wish to return home. I mentioned to you that I had a secret I wanted to show you, and I feel like now is the perfect time to show it.
Well, you know what? I should be angry at you. You know, you're not supposed to keep secrets from me, but I'll let it slide just this once.
I think you'll like this one. I was hoping to save it for a good time, and I think now is as good a time as any. And Reno will guide you to the courtyard, the courtyard garden area where there is one quite large tree there. And he looks at you, he goes, "Now you are definitely familiar with the casting of the spell Tree Stride, moving between trees.
Indeed.
I did a little bit of exploring, and, well, I want you to focus on that spell. I'm going to project this tree into your mind, and I just want you to focus on it."
She will follow appropriately and concentrate on the image that is being provided for her.
You stand there, your eyes closed, your hands stretched forward as you're beginning to make the somatic components for the transport via plant spell. Which, for the longest time, I didn't know that Tree Stride and transportation via plants were two different things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Weird.
One's
Which I
One's
think
a
is
longer
interesting.
di-
Yeah,
a longer distance.
yeah. Tree Stride is like the dimension door for trees, pretty much.
Mm-hmm.
But Reno comes behind you, and he kind of puts his hands on your shoulders, and His mind links with yours telepathically, and he begins to project this image of a lone tree. It is similar to that of, like, imagine a bonsai tree, but imagine it like the size of like a regular ash tree,
Mm-hmm.
covered in these beautiful dogwood leaves and flowers. The petals slowly beginning to fall to the ground. Here, actually. Bam. This tree, but way bigger.
Ah.
This will work. I guess you could just say it's a cherry blossom tree. But as you focus on this tree and you cast the transport via plants, the rift opens and you are permitted entry. As you step through and onto the other side, you emerge on this hill. Welcome home. You look around and you can see just miles and miles of forest, woodlands. And you see down some odd distance the clearing that you recognize to be your village. To be where your village is sat.
View is lovely.
Isn't it? And now, you have an easy way of returning here whenever you deem necessary, or whenever you simply want to. In truth, this hill was originally bare, but I had to go into some old druidic teachings, but this tree now stands here for you. A way for you to return home.
This is a wonderful gift you've given me.
He smiles.
You've been working on it in secret this whole time?
Admittedly, it's something fairly new. I made this probably no more than 2 weeks ago, but that's aside from the point. I wanted to do something kind for you, as you're always not only doing something kind for me, but for everyone around you. You're a shining beacon in what are otherwise dark, dark times. I wanted you to know that. And now, with that, I have a confession to make.
Oh?
Flit, you know our mutual friend, the Eternity Seer. Flit, the first thing you think of is he's not supposed to say that name.
I am aware. Why do you bring him up?
Well, frankly, after much internal debate, I turned down his offer. I will not be replacing him as Eternity Seer.
May I ask why? Flit has this look to her, and she's like... It's a mix of emotions. She knows what this is, she knows what this means, and of course she's happy to see Reno a bit more down to earth, for lack of a better term, but she also understands the complexity of this whole situation. So
Mhm.
selfishly, she is happy, but empathetically, she's curious.
I've lived a long time. For some, it would seem like eternity. If I were to accept the offer, I would live an eternity longer. However, eternity, I don't think would make me happy. The knowledge, sure, the foresight, amazing, but to me, eternity would mean nothing without this world. It would mean nothing to me without you. Besides,
No.
that old man still has a millennium or two left. He'll find someone else.
Flit gently smiles at Rena. I remember when you told me what set you on this path. It was, if I remember correctly, you can correct me, Buff Game.
Mhm.
It was a piece of amber, no?
Yes. And it is after many, many considerations, internal battles with the broken shards of amber that led me to this decision. My place is here, documenting and protecting the arcane obscura. This world is filled with incredible things to be discovered, legends, myths to be unraveled. It's a monumental task, but it is one that I'm willing to undergo, and it is one that I am hoping you'll be willing to assist me with.
Flit smiles, deep, earnest, from the heart. I think I'd like nothing more. You know, this is not exactly where I thought my life would take me. And I suppose, especially after recent events, this isn't exactly where my parents thought it would take me. But I do know one thing. No matter what my destiny was, no matter what my fate was, we're a big part of it. Whether as where you started, just serving and trying to protect a tribe of lizard folk, or where we end, and where we are at now, together on a hill watching that same village, enjoying a delightful, tender moment. And I understand that you were so intrigued by that amber, but I'm glad that you did not take that deal. You would be putting yourself in a similar situation. Preserved, observance, isolated. And I see, even as all the years have kept you going, all that time your passion has not faded. You love doing this. And I would love to help enable that with you.
He smiles and he takes your hand. The next few hours are spent with you two making delightful conversation in what is otherwise a sunny day, but it's cooler than you would expect with summer just around the corner. Maybe that's just another weird aspect of Zandaria as it's filled with these sorts of things. Maybe this phenomenon is why your people chose to pick this place as their village, but I'm not sure. You both enjoy a very nice lunch, and Reno, in an odd twist, actually like dozes off into a bit of a nap. Something you don't see him do very often. As you're sitting there watching the woodlands just go on and on and on, the cool breeze crawl across your face. The figure next to you, the mirror image of yourself, speaks to you. Are you okay?
I'd be lying if I said it was completely fine. But I think last time we were here and all the ugly things that came with it, I think they slotted into place, as it were. Now, if I'm not okay, it's prospect for the future, not the past.
That vision from the Fate Weavers, the one they showed you, I know it can't have been easy. There's another odd aspect of this power I have, being able to change into those that I'm around, that I care about. I'm able to see their memories as well. We share thoughts, emotions, memories. I'm afraid. I have the sinking feeling that not everyone is going to make it home. I can feel that fear and doubt in you as well.
Sighs deeply. You're not wrong. It's something that I feel deeply with the onset of everything, and everything we do just seems to enforce that. Try as we might, as we just saw, some things are immutable. I'm scared, Toshi. And I don't know if I'll ever stop being scared, but this is definitely the most fearful I think I've ever been in my life.
And that's okay. No matter what happens, we'll be there right at each other's side.
I'll be relying on you. I wanted to ask you something as well. This may be a bit of a selfish jaunt, but I don't think this is the time to be thinking of what's to come in the next few days. I want to think about everything that I hold dear to me before then. And you are one of those that I hold so close. Arguably the closest. proud of your conviction. I'm proud of what you've grown to be, what you've become. I still remember when we met and crawled upon my hand to the shift in the vibrant red and blue scales that you currently have from the purple that Reno had walked out. I remember all the times that you went from normal lizard shape to a perfect sphere when you bit off a little more than you could chew.
Those are some of my favorite times.
They were some of mine. Because there wasn't any. It didn't need to be anything more than it was. It was just you enjoying yourself and your life, and me, your friend, enjoying it with you. And I'm glad that this is another one of those moments. Two friends, atop a hill, at the moment where the place where they were both born. I'll miss you, you know. I'll miss you deeply.
Toshi smiles and looks off to the distance. I'll miss everything. You, our friends. I won't lie and say that I'm not scared. That's what I want to do.
What will give Toshi starts out as a shoulder hug before it turns into a much deeper embrace of someone that they know they have a limited amount of time with.
The next odd amount of time is quiet. Flit, you don't have a lot of family. But you have good friends and two people very, very dear to you. These two people that you sit with for the next however long, whatever time you have. And you enjoy each other's company.
Before we move on,
Mm-hmm.
is it alright if I have one more thing I'd like to say to Toshi?
Yeah.
As two are spending their time and Reno continues napping, I'm gonna look on over to Toshi and say, you said you have the memories of everyone inside you. Yeah?
When I take their form, but yes.
I guess I don't get to tease you for never telling me my name is Flatara.
I know what you know. You know?
And as she mentions that to Toshi, she says the name again. Flatara. Something new on her lips that she's growing into. I wonder what they think now.
I think- Go ahead.
Wonder what they'll think to see their little Flatara gone in such a way and yet returned.
I think they'll be proud. Proud of the person that you've become.
I guess I can only hope. And as she sighs, letting the name roll around in her mouth, and thinking of the vision and her parents, she looks to Toshi for a moment. And for a second, she thinks about what they would think, maybe even having Toshi take their form, but ultimately, she decides no. Her friend was committed to the decision that he has. And she'll be aware of it. She'll be aware of their opinions in time. It's more important that she spend more time with her friend as he is, and have her take the form of someone, or have him take the form of someone else.
And spend that time you do. And with that, I believe we are good to pull away from there.
Absolutely.
Alrighty. I told y'all this was going to be an RP heavy session.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
We're going to get a lot of feelings out.
Dying of big heart.
You should get that looked at.
I got Grinch syndrome, I'm sorry.
Isn't that a bad thing?
My heart grew 3 sizes that day.
Cardiomegaly.
What she said.
Ravon. Hey, buddy.
Hi, bud.
You haven't seen your family in a hot second. And the last time you did, it was awkward because your dad was there.
Yeah.
You should probably see them one more time before you go. Maybe even bring Kieran. Kieran, who seems to be all right considering everything that happened.
Okay. Ravon will go and grab Kieran to go and make the trip to see family one last time.
You go and you collect Kieran, and she actually says to you, if it's okay, come and find me later. I need to actually get in contact with my family as well, if that's okay.
Of course. I would be more than happy to.
She smiles. She nods. And Ravon, you take your leave from Dragon's Reach. And you head for Aramor in the Divine Isles. You follow the familiar roads. You hear the familiar sounds. You smell the familiar smells of the nearby market and bakeries. You hear the sounds of the water. Aramor always had the best fish right off the docks. You remember one time your father bringing you down here and teaching you how to fish. You continue forward and you return home.
He'll take a deep breath in before he even opens the door. And with a internal determination, he'll open the door and announce his homecoming. I'm home.
As you return home, the first person you actually see is your younger sister, Helenesta, who seems to have a letter in hand and goes, "Oh, well, that is awfully convenient. Mother, Typhus! Rovan is home! Conveniently!" She'll kind of rush over to you and she'll give you a hug.
He'll blink a little bit and go, "Good to see you too, little sister."
We were actually about to send a letter out to you. Mother wanted to have a family dinner.
I hope she does not mind if I brought a guest. And he will motion to Kieran.
Kieran is not there.
Oh,
Kieran said for you to come find her later, that she wanted to get in
never
contact
mind.
with
My
family.
apologies.
No,
Reverse
all
of
good.
that. I thought. Never mind.
All good, all
Never
good,
mind.
all good.
Woo! I misunderstood.
No, all good.
I fucked up, Chief.
No, it's all good.
Well, I would not mind a family dinner. It would be actually quite nice. I've been honestly a little homesick to have a good meal with family. And he'll look down at his little sister and go, "So, Anthony. Hmm?
We are doing well, thank you. The ceremony is supposed to be at the end of summer. We are taking time getting our preparations together.
Of course, of course. Are you planning on going complete traditional, or are you looking to get more modernized?"
That is admittedly part of why our ceremony is so far out. Well, we're stuck between ideas, but that is not your concern. We are perfectly capable of working that out. And it's around this time that you hear the large footsteps of your brother approaching. Hey, Rovan. Welcome home, brother.
Good to see you again, Typhus.
He
And he will
come-
hug his brother.
Yeah, he comes over to you, puts you in a big hug. You are a large man. It is oftentimes odd seeing someone larger than you.
Yeah.
But Typhus, it feels familiar.
Good to see you, brother. Good to see you.
Typhus, fun fact, Typhus, the largest member of your family, even taller than your dad.
Damn.
Yeah, Typhus is a big boy.
Motherfucker drank all the milk.
He,
Got it
bro.
straight from the cow.
Yeah, I was about to say, bro, he built the milk factory. Like, he built the milk factory and then drank it all. He said, got the milk.
Yes. And how goes everything here back home, dear brother?
Well, there's been a few disturbances. There have been musings about a new elite group of warriors under the Silverstone name. Ravan, you are well aware as to what he's referring to. You've met them.
Yep. An elite group of warriors. Interesting.
Yeah, I don't know much of the details thus far, but I'm sure there will be a formal announcement.
Oh, most certainly. Most certainly.
And it's about this time that you hear the light, dainty footsteps of your mother descending down the stairwell. Ah, Rovan, my son.
Mama. And he will go to hug his mom.
It is good to see you, my boy.
It is good to see you too. It seems I have managed to become very convenient at getting here before you send a letter.
Yes, you do have. You do seem to have made that habit. But it is not unwelcome. Sorry, I'm watching my cat. I was just watching my cat trying to figure out the heating pad.
The fuck's this? It warm. But
Not here, but it warm.
it warm,
Bun,
but no.
Ah.
Bun has had a heating pad, and she set it on the ground just now, and Bella likes to hide under a bed, and Bella came out from under the bed, and the heating pad was in her way, and she was just like, what the fuck? What the fuck?
Can I lay on this?
She, like, put her paw on it, and she, like, pulled back a second, like, oh, what? And then she was like, oh, no, this is fine.
It feels like the sun, but no sunlight.
Anyway.
Oh, good. Bruh, fucking cats, man.
We have some matters that I would like to discuss, and I figured the best way to do that was around a favorite family pastime, dinner.
I would not mind it. Also, I thought the favorite family pastime was playing cards.
Ravan, you and I both know that is not true. Not while you and Typhus share my roof.
It was only one time that we got into altercation. Besides, I said I'm sorry about the vase.
Yes, you sure did. And would you believe I still don't have a vase?
He kind of looks at this, probably where this empty, like, plinth where the vase one was, and he's like, oh,
Mm-hmm.
note to self, get a replacement vase.
That would be nice, yes. Now, come. I need help in the kitchen, and all three of you are assisting me.
Of course. And he cracks his knuckles and neck.
You hear,
Oh, maybe thanks.
you hear Hellenesta go, Typhus is on dish duty. Oh, what? Oh, I hate dish duty.
He will laugh his head off.
The next few hours, the next odd amount of time are spent with your family, odd conversation. And then as it gets deeper and deeper into the afternoon, you and your family all begin to slave away in the kitchen. Something that happened a lot while you were younger. You remember being at your mom's side, her teaching you how to use a knife to cut vegetables. The many times you cut yourself and chip the knives on your hardened skin. You remember your father being the one to patch you up, usually.
It hurts, but he still smiles, thinking of the memories.
Eventually dinner comes. You, your brother Typhus, your sister Hellenesta, and your mother Genevieve are all sat at your dining room table. The fire is roaring. Your brother's telling a story about a conversation with a diplomat that you're honestly half listening to. Ravan, you look down at your plate. It's grilled salmon over rice with pita bread and asparagus. The salmon has been drizzled with olive oil, and lemon wedges sit on the side. You catch the faint scent of the fresh baklava that Hellenesta finished wafting in from the kitchen. Your father's favorite meal sits before you. You look up at your family, past the small wheel of feta to your father's chair, which remains empty. You've never hesitated with food before, but in this moment, you find your throat caught in the pit of your stomach. Your attention slips and you sort of, well, you flash back, really, to the time that you remember when your father tried cooking a meal. It was never his strong suit. There's still a terrible burn mark on the wall behind the stove. You pray that your mother never found it, but you're pretty sure she knows, given her prophetic abilities. But she's never mentioned it, and that's honestly good enough for you. Everywhere you look, you have these memories, these flashes of your family, of your childhood, of your father. The terrible things about your father that you know that your family doesn't. In this moment, you begin to weigh the pros and cons of just coming forward, coming clean. You've been through a lot that your family isn't aware of. Not just in relation to your father, but the pact that you made with him. The fact that you died, actually factually died, and were brought back by the grace of several gods. You've met devils and the Lord of the Sticks. You've been through so much. And your family, they don't know any of it. They just know that you've been gone, adventuring, being a Sionis. That's when the guilt begins to slip in. It's kind of when your attention snaps back to the conversation when Typhus kind of pounds on the table, laughing. He goes, and then I told him, you have to cut the chicken. Oh, what a dumb man that one. Isn't that right, Rovan?
Idiocy never changes. Does not matter who.
Rovan, as you're saying that, you catch a glance from your mother, and she's giving you the look. A look that you are well familiar with. Usually when you are being interrogated as to mischief or some other... Basically when she's trying to extract information from you. Are you okay, my son? You've been quiet. Oddly so.
I'm just enjoying what I am experiencing. I am with my family. And honestly, it really is just nice to sit here and enjoy dinner with you all again. These past few months have been nothing short of hectic adventure after hectic adventure, politics.
Roll me a deception check.
Oh boy, not great at these. Yeet! Natural one!
Well, I was gonna roll insight for your mother, but considering that her insight is twice your total,
Yeah.
I think I can put my die down.
Yeah. Yeah.
Your mother's eyebrow furrows, but she doesn't say anything. Typhus, on the other hand, speaks up. Yes, you really must tell us all about these adventures you've been on, brother. I've been dying to hear the stories.
He'll smile and just go, well, where do I begin? Let's see. There was the werewolf farmer. There was...
Shout out to Robert.
Yeah.
Oh,
Love
I
you,
was just telling someone
homie.
about me the other day.
Hope Bessie doing good.
Oh, Bessie's doing great. Bessie's got her own little, I don't know, litter now. I don't know what the fuck you call cow babies.
Yes.
Calves? What's a group of
Yes.
calves?
Calves?
I think I heard.
A herd,
A
yeah.
herd. Her own little herd.
They're just baby cows in a herd.
There was the werewolf farmer. There was the dragon.
That is a big step. A werewolf farmer and then a dragon.
Oh, the dragon was much later. Let's see. There was... Oh, what was it? What was it? There was these creatures. Dinosaurs?
Oh.
They're like giant lizards, except they don't really think as much, except for like animal.
Oh.
What else? What else? Oh, there was this weird thing that happened to be like on a mountain. It was like a fleshy little parasitic creature.
Ugh. Brother,
Oh, yes,
ugh.
It could
From
take
time-
literally other people's forms. It was like a mass, like a giant tumor.
like
Ugly.
a shapeshifter, says
Yes.
Hellenesta.
Yes. Oh, it was ugly. You needed a lot of fire. Oh. And then there was the adventure way up north. We had to deal with like these literal living shadow trees that were evil and met two demigods.
Trees? Demigods.
Oh yes! There are demigods up north. Way up north.
Why
into
is this the
Artesia.
first time I'm hearing this, brother? Do
To
you
be
know how
fair,
much
bro-
I would have loved to square off with giant demigods, dragons? Ah, I've been missing out. I missed the road.
Typhus, I know I usually charge into head first.
But you do.
That is one fight I do not think you would be wanting to take up.
You hear your mother softly begin to chuckle. Oh, my dear boy. You truly are your father's son. As her eyes drift upwards to the chair. The empty chair.
Father's still away on business.
That he is. That he is. I miss him every day.
I am sure he will be home.
Her eyes look up at you, Rovan. She gives you a look that stares through you. Have you heard come across any signs or tales of him in your adventures, my son?
As far as I know, Mother, from all that I have seen of him, he has traveled quite a bit. I remember going to the... Do you remember the peak that he took me? The cliffside?
Cloudstalker Peak? Yes.
Correct. It's beautiful right now. I go back there many a time. I spent some time out there a little while ago, reflecting on the past. It's peaceful.
See her eyes drift back to the empty chair for a moment. Your sister quietly mutters, I miss it when we were all together. Why won't he come home? Your brother speaks up. You know he was doing great things for the benefit of our family, Elenesta. I know that, but I mean, is there no greater deed of a father than to be a father? Elenesta, we are Sionis men. We go out there, we slay monsters, we fight. Yes, but what about us? What about the ones waiting at home? We haven't heard so much as a letter. Yes, he showed up randomly some time ago, but he didn't stay. Didn't even say where he was going. He just left. Something's not right. And don't you tell me that I'm acting crazy again, brother. Ravon, as this sort of, not argument, but almost disagreement is kind of breaking up between your siblings, you notice your mom's eyes focused on you the entire time.
You will take a deep breath. Sister. I will find our father. I will have words with him. And even if I must drag him away from whatever his responsibility is, I will bring him home.
You see Helenesta begin to ease herself a bit. I'm sorry. I just miss the family being together. I miss having all of us here. We all do, sister. And it's at that point that he kind of looks to your mother. Are you okay, mother? Yes. I am fine. Do not worry about me. I am a Sionis. Like a true Sionis, I'll remain loyal to my house. Like a true Sionis, I remain steadfast in the face of hardship. And like a true Sionis, I love my children, and I love my husband. Your father may not be home, but he will return. We will do as Sionis do. We will persevere. That is our way. Now, eat your asparagus, both of you. I don't like asparagus, mother. It makes my pee-pee smell weird.
Just kind of stops deadpan at that and go, really? At the table?
What? Are you going to tell me I'm wrong, brother?
Brother, I know I am not the smartest one at this table, but I am wise enough to not say that kind of thing at the table. You know, while we're still eating. That is bad table manners.
There, you'll get over it. Pass the feta.
He will pass the feather. Just give me the balsamic vinegar so I can at least cover the. And he looks down at the asparagus and goes, greenery.
Beanery.
You veggies. Kids at home, eat your veggies.
I love
Yes.
the disdain on greenery.
Don't talk about urine at the table. Now let me go back to my story telling you about this horrific flesh parasite monster that I fought.
A monster is one thing. Piss has no place at this table.
Ravon, as the next odd amount of time passes by, you are offered to stay the night. I will tell you above game that if you choose to stay the night at your family's home, there won't be any resources burned from anyone, players or NPCs, to have you return home the next day. So if you wish to remain, you are welcome to do so.
He will. Give me a second. I've actually gotta make a personal decision above game for this one.
You do remember that you have a conversation
Yeah.
with Kieran you're supposed to have.
Yeah, that's the literal coin flip I'm making here off this Russian coin here. Yeah.
Don't fall.
Yeah, he'll.
Sorry, I'm talking to Bun.
Oh no.
No, Bun tripped over something. We're fine. She didn't fall. She almost did. Damn. Or now use your feet, idiot. Anyways.
Gravity, it's one hell of a motherfucker. He will thank his family, but he must politely decline as he has a much needed conversation with a certain little bunny gal he needs to go talk to.
As you are saying your goodbyes to your family, as you give your mother a deep hug, she says in your ear, "Do your best to protect him. Do your best to bring him back home to us."
I will, mother. I will.
I know you will. And as you return home, as you reconvene with Kieran, the both of you for the sake of brevity, the both of you find a nice balcony to sort of have a bit of a conversation overlooking the rest of the city. Night has slowly begun to fall. You see the night shift, if you will, begin. Bars opening up, getting their rush sort of going. So, tomorrow's the big day, huh?
Yep. Tomorrow we begin begin an assault on a land that is more alien than even... Who knows?
Kieran seems admittedly a bit uneasy. Can we talk? I'm singing back into your family's voice. Can we talk? Can we talk, Ravan?
Of course.
There's no easy way to go about this. I'm worried about you. And, well, more than that, I'm worried about us.
Understandable.
It's just, I truly care for you. I do. However, I can't ignore this feeling that maybe we want different things. Maybe that I push this on you. I don't know. You're always looking out for everyone, and I do not want to distract you from your duty. And more than that, I'm worried that this thing with your father, I'm worried that you won't come back.
I won't lie, Kieran. I am very uncertain. Already, fate itself seems to have gone completely a different direction. It was not even long ago that we saw a worse timeline. Events that played out completely polar opposite than what they have now. It weighs on me, and it weighs on everyone.
Kieran kind of takes a big sigh. I started from very small beginnings. I'm still fresh to all this, and I've seen more than most would in a lifetime. I didn't sign up for terrifying flesh monsters, liches, or even cults. I mean, hell, Ravan, you died! And then you met gods and devils. I didn't sign up for the man that I loved to throw himself away. But I will not pretend that I haven't enjoyed this adventure. I won't pretend that I haven't enjoyed my time with you. Which is why I want you to do me a favor.
And that being?
And she takes your large, calloused, muscular hands in these tiny, dainty, pale flesh stumps. Not a good word, flesh stumps, but that's the term I'm going to use. Promise me you'll come back. And when you come back, I would like for us to try again, if that's okay. Try this again. Real this time. No monsters or liches. Just the two of us, at least for a while. Can we agree on that?
I would like that. Very, very much.
You see the relief sort of wash over her. Okay. Load off my mind. Great. Thank you. Truly. A lot of the people here, everyone here has done incredible things. They've lost people, and I'm trying my best to fit in, but I can't help but feel like I'm being left behind. Or that I don't belong.
It takes time, Kieran. No one just automatically knows their place and purpose within this insane asylum that is reality. You're basically a string of thread to be woven into the tapestry of life. You don't know what you will be forming. You do not know what place you will take. But it is a grand old tapestry.
I see what you're getting at, but I'll admit that is not your best metaphor, my dear.
No, that I leave to both Flit and Corvin.
Thank you. Truly.
I'll give a big hug to Kieran, and he'll continue to look out into the night. And then he'll kind of look down and go, speaking of which death were you talking about?
And we're gonna make a hard cut on as now they got some shit to unpack.
Kieran just has like the face drop shadow.
Pretty much.
We cut away.
He's not gonna lie about that. He's gonna be like, which one?
We said we weren't telling her you disintegrated. Or rather,
Bonkers.
we told you. What?
What
That-
the fuck?
That's not the sound effect I meant to play. I meant to do that. There's one right next to it called Bonkers, which is the one I accidentally clicked. Which is
Scared
No.
the shit out of me.
No, I agree. That goes on the bonkers board.
Well, I would
Bonkers.
say that I'd say this also fits perfectly.
yeah, that's Ravon being thrown from the roof by Kieran.
Kieran wild shapes into a bear. Fucking yeet. In fact, oh
which,
god.
which death? This one.
Meanwhile, some random bard singing this.
But
He's just singing it outside the castle, just like hanging out by the waterway.
Immediately smash cut to Ravon landing on the fucking pavement and going, "Oh hi, Corvin."
But with that being said, I'm now looking at the time. We're going to take just a quick break just because I need to go pee. We're going to take a quick 5-er, and when we come back, we shall continue.
Yeah.
I've hit the wrong one. Hold on. I hit the wrong
Button.
scene. Button.
Oh, baby.
Push button.
We'll be back in a few minutes,
Tom.
gamers. And with that, we are back. As I almost made a big oopsie and unmuted one audio source and not the other. We're fine.
Ooh.
I've done that before. Here's the rascals.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I'll fix that VOD at some point. And when I do, you're all fucked because then it's going to be VOD after VOD after VOD of rascals getting uploaded.
I look forward to that fucking
Rascal.
day, man.
I'm going to get to it, I promise. But for now, this is not rascals. Let's see who's next. Corvin.
Hmm?
You have a lot of family you need to see. And you and I have been discussing something you wanted to do with that. You
Yes.
want to introduce Ara to your family.
yes, he would like to kind of tell her, hey, we're probably going to be gone, like, a little bit. So, prepare yourself. Pretty much just trying to give her the rundown of the Feywild, as well as there's a small possible chance that time might be disrupted and you might forget everything when we come back. So, have fun with that.
Good. Great. Well, I have my father's great grandfather was half elf, which probably means nothing for me, but who knows?
Possibly the odds will be in your favor. Who knows? Like you said, who knows? I'm curious to see how that will play out.
I am as well. Well, what should I wear? I'm not used to the whole like family meeting sort of thing. Let me change the music actually. I'm not used to the whole, bringing the girl home sort of thing. So
I wouldn't worry about it whatsoever. You are perfect the way you are.
great. Oh, great. Let's get moving then.
He
Also, that was
holds
the correct response.
the only response as he snaps his fingers and creates that wooden archway to plane shift into back to his home.
After me. As she slipped past you to go through first.
Oh, this is gonna be a culture shock. As he'll just say to the crew in the void and just waltz on in.
As you walk through, a thought occurs to you that you've been home once, maybe twice since Druilla took over. And it's a much calmer air now. Like, it's still like, whereas before the aura was, in a word, bombastic, exaggerated, now it's pleasant, if that makes sense.
So less turned up.
Yeah, we've turned the dial down from like a 12 to like a good like 7.
Ooh, 7's good.
Yeah, 7 is quite good.
He has it's like mentioned, he has been back a few times, but as he kind of steps out and kind of looks out into the grander city, it's still as if he has just came back home. And he is just kind of drinking it all in as if he's never going to see it. It's always so beautiful. I can hardly find myself to ever leave this place.
Yeah. Wow. I'm usually, living on the seas. I've gotten used to pleasant views, but I'll admit, this is really nice. And I often hate big cities like this.
You should see it when it floats.
I did. I wasn't a fan of that.
I don't know, I've always looked at it as if it's... looking back at it, it was probably Colorado's way of appealing to be above everybody else. Pardoning the pun, he just kind of says, sneering.
No,
towards the camera.
that seems thematic. It also is probably much prettier when you're up here and it's floating and not, being bombarded from down below. Being bombarded down below.
Having seen it a few times myself, it's interesting. School has had us actually go on little field trips across Dragon's Reach, and I completely forgot all of them until I landed up there. He says he's kind of knocking on the door. God, I hope somebody's home.
Normally you'd be greeted with this bombastic slamming open of the door hey, come on in. Today you're presented with one of your siblings, one of your older brothers, who opens the door and goes, "Oh, hey, Corvin, come on in."
Sorry, give me 1 moment.
Corvin, Joe, pulling up the Corvin's family page.
I wrote this shit for a reason.
Oh, I know you did. You put work into this. I can't express this enough. Joe made a list of all of his siblings, their names,
Oh my god.
their genders, and their age. This is 100 family members.
Believe it or not, random name generator did a lot of work.
Oh, I'm
Nice.
sure, and I'm not gonna judge.
No judgment.
Anyway,
Random name generator has saved my life on a number of occasions.
He'll look up and kind of exude, like, very enthusiastically say, Galeth, how are you today?
Just looking for that name on here.
Number 14.
Number 14. Great. I'm doing well. I'm doing well. Things have, well, with the change in leadership, things have certainly mellowed out a bit around here, and honestly, I'm a bit thankful for it. I'll probably be spending a bit more time around home rather than with the wife, but come on in.
Speaking of with the spouse, I guess you would be the first here. Galeth, this is Captain Aura Thorn. This is the woman. This is the woman I've been spending a very long time with.
Yes, I have heard about you. My brother speaks highly of you. Aura seems immediately out of her element. Just like, thanks. Sorry, I don't do this a lot. I know Corvin has a lot of siblings. Oh, literally dozens. You'll see.
He'll just kind of whisper in her ear, I'm here for you, but I'm just going to give you one warning. There's 97 more of them.
Oh dear gods. Try not to get too overwhelmed by it. Most of them are chill people. Most. Some of them can get a little crazy. You can just
Ryu.
ignore those ones.
Ryu, just say Rio.
Yeah, we can say Rio. If you see a man approach you with a neckbeard and a fedora, it's okay to ignore him. He'll probably give you a milady, and at that point you're welcome to punch him.
Sorry, I love my family, but him.
Number 91. You see as he shakes his head disapprovingly. But
So, shall we?
yes, please come on in. As the three of you enter the main hall of your home, your family is your house is normally, in a word, chaotic. In this moment, it's like the house has been given a chance to breathe. It's chill in here. Like, it's still like, like upbeat, but like I said before, it's gone from a 12 to like a 7. It's been turned down a bit, and it's honestly, this is very unfamiliar to you, but it's a nice change of pace.
He just kind of waltzes on in, doesn't really say much, and he's just kind of taking everything in and just making sure everything is on the up and up. He's still kind of got that small bit of paranoia kind of running through his head.
Mm-hmm. As you're...
Sorry.
No, you're good.
He'll just kind of like look, not really look towards Aura, but he'll just kind of like speak towards her. Welcome to my childhood home.
It's
Believe
nice.
it or not. Believe it or not, we are. It's a weirdly modest family, despite the, I guess, numbers.
Is it bigger on the inside? We get that a lot.
Weirdly enough, no one asks us to host parties.
You would think. You sure would think. As you're kind of walking, you catch eyes of your oldest sister, the oldest child of House Sionis. House Sionis? House Alakir. Merlara. Who
You'll.
is wrapping up a conversation with one of your other siblings, and their eyes kind of meet yours. Oh, Corvin! Welcome home, dear brother.
Big sister, I hope everything has been fantastic. How are the kids?
They are well and abundant.
That is fantastic to hear. I'm sure Mother has been very worried about any possible grandchildren, or dare I say great-grandchildren, he kind of says, kind of exacerbated thoughts.
It's funny that you mentioned that. One of my children is actually expecting now. Meaning I am about to become a grandmother, and I hate that. It means that I'm old, Corvin.
Come now, sister, you are not anywhere older than 100. He kind of like said that while kind of like pecking at her cheeks with his fingers.
Brother, you're too kind. I'm glad to see that you're keeping well. And who is this fine flower that you have brought with you?
This is Captain Ara Thorn, captain of the Crew Lady Mark II.
You see Ara is flashing this very nervous smile as your sister Merlara stands a solid foot above her. Your sister Merlara, taller than your average elf, definitely one of the tallest members of your family. She's taller than your dad, and that's saying something.
Mm-hmm. You're a big boy.
Mm-hmm. It's a pleasure to meet you. Oh my dear, no need to be so formal. You are Corvin's dear love, after all. And she goes in and pulls Ara into a hug, and Ara's like, okay, we're doing hugs now. You didn't warn me there would be hugs.
No, I didn't, he says. Oh, trust me, it gets worse. Just pray that Hemo isn't here.
Who?
Oh. If you think everyone here is jovial and on the up and up, turn that to 15 and 20 when it comes to Hemo. He says as if giving her a dire warning.
You hear Galeth kind of laugh to himself and kind of shaking his head. Oh, good old 57. Why are you guys numbered?
How else are we supposed to, keep in touch with everything?
Names?
Seriously, you forget with 100 of us.
You hear as you're saying that, one of your other brothers kind of begins to walk by. Oh, hey, Orain. Corvin, you think that's Bellis?
Alright, gonna have to file that one in there. But we should probably introduce you to Mother and Father, more importantly.
Ah, yes, Mother and Father. Father, actually, would probably like to speak with you.
He kind of stops and looks. About what? I didn't do it? You can't prove I did it? I wasn't even in town that day.
First of all,
Like,
whoa. Relax. Second of all,
sorry.
yeah, you kind of did, but that's not a bad thing.
You
see,
promise? He says as if it's this childish response, like nostalgia.
I promise. We had a guest recently, one who I think you're well familiar with. The Songbird.
Oh.
She had matters to discuss with Father. So, it's probably in your best interest that you speak with him.
I assume alone.
I mean, you said it, not me. Good luck, brother. As she pats your shoulder and begins to walk down the hall.
I did not think this would happen.
What is the deal with your father?
Oh, how do I say this? My father is one of older reputation, and let's just say if things don't go according to plan, he's not best pleased. He doesn't get angry anymore, but he kind of wants he wants all the information up front so he can at least deal with that. He's easy to approach, but not easy to talk to, if that makes any sense.
Corvin, my love, you have daddy issues.
Hey now. Hey.
There is
Enough.
no shame in it, my dear. I'm merely stating a fact. She says
Well,
now
that's-
with a giddy smile.
If I had any other issues, it would be trying to please powerful women as he like walks off the moment he says that.
It's okay, Corvin. I have mommy issues, as we both are well aware.
Love you too, darling. He's like kind of scurrying towards the office.
Why are you leaving me? Uh-oh. As you throw Aura to the wolves.
Have fun.
I'm sorry, what? As a crowd of elves, of siblings begin to crowd around your girlfriend.
He just looks back and goes, "You know what? I'd rather that be me." Straightens himself up, throws on that, not really the same winning smile that he usually does, but a very prim, proper, formal formal posture and look on his face, trying to take this as seriously as he can. Hey, you've got this. Knocks on the door.
You hear from the other side after a brief pause. Enter.
He'll enter the doorway, hands behind his back, making sure that he's as regal as he could be, and he will announce himself. "Father, I've returned, and I brought a guest who is currently meeting the bulk of our family."
Corvin, it's good to see you, son. As he stands up from his desk. Your father's office is like the lifeguard tower at the beach. He's got a big window to where he can see the entirety of the main hall, and it's honestly kind of scary. You know what it is? Have you ever seen in the movies where they have the fucking overseer's office on the factory floor where you can just see across everything? It's like that.
See, my mind immediately went to, and this is a very extreme example, but you know those prisons that have no bars, but one tower in the center of it?
Yeah,
Like a 360 view?
I do.
Like I said, extreme example, but that's kind of what popped into my head.
He comes over to you and he quickly offers a handshake of all things, very non-father-esque, but something that you're used to.
Looks at the hand, looks at his dad, looks back at the hand. Cup no, and just gives his dad a hug.
He laughs a bit and he hugs you. What are you doing back in town, son? Aside from bringing, as he kind of looks out the window, girlfriend?
Very much so. I felt like she should meet the family, especially because she's not really used to the concept of family outside of her own ship.
Has she met your mother yet?
Not as far as I know, but
Good.
Ooh.
Make that last, otherwise you'll be there all day.
I don't know. Hemo's still up there. But Malara mentioned that she wanted to actually speak to me.
Oh, yes. That's right. Apologies, it's my mind. Your friend, Drula, sorry, the Songbird, stopped by recently. I won't lie to you, Corvin, the change in leadership has been odd, but not unpleasant, and certainly not unwelcoming. Many of us are still getting used to the change in leadership, but she wanted to thank us. Thank me, actually. She didn't say for what, but she also wanted me to give you... What is it? Ah, this. As he's rifling through a few things in his desk. And he hands you... Rather than an envelope, it looks like a piece of paper that has been like folded and glued together into like an envelope shape, but it's just the paper. It's not in an envelope.
He'll just kind of look at it. I know that Drilla, the Songbird has given us a title of sorts, but what could have this been? He'll kind of like try and reach for the envelope.
As you begin to take it from him, he goes, well, for me, she has actually spoken to us about... It's silly to say, but I suppose it makes sense. As far as I know, she's going to make a small council to sort of help run things, public opinion and whatnot, and, well, she's opened a seat to the Alakir house. What this is, however, I have yet to look. And Corvin, as you take the paper and you begin to undo it and you open it, you see what appears, it looks like a poster, though it's not finished. It's a concept for a poster. A concept for a poster for a concert to celebrate seemingly a new age of prosperity for Navilis. It includes food, wine, performances, and the headliner being you.
This has taken him very much by surprise. He is kind of slack-jawed.
As you begin... Go ahead.
She's given me back the main event.
As your eyes trace downward, you see a small note written at the bottom. You recognize Drilla's handwriting anywhere. It simply says, what you were owed, what I took from you. And for its additional worth, a heartfelt apology. I'm sorry, my friend. Let's make this right.
He is all kinds of emotions are kind of just running through him at once, and Corvin is just that slack-jawed look on his face is just only increasing, and he is just bewildered. I shows the poster back to his dad. I'm getting back the top spot at the amphitheater. The show I missed.
My boy, that's incredible. He sort of excitedly takes the paper from the poster concept from you. That's amazing. And might I say, you're going to have to tell me how all of this came to be. I mean, first Druilla became the songbird, and now she's in charge, and now I guess technically this makes you her songbird. I don't know what that means though, but regardless, congratulations, son.
If you have a moment, I can tell you everything. I need a moment to just. He kind of just like sits down in one of like the desks, one of the chairs that's kind of facing towards his dad's desk.
Would you like a drink?
Yes. It's really anything.
He pulls out the bottle of elven whiskey that he keeps in your or that he keeps in his office. The one that's been blended with just that's been made with a little bit of pixie dust for a little bit of pizzazz. Humanely acquired pixie dust.
God, I hope so.
And he hands you a drink.
Takes a like that. Mostly because of habit, take a big sniff before he kind of like takes like a swig.
It's
he
like
still has
it's like smelling blue raspberry.
Ooh, that sounds
Which
delicious
is
right now.
which is weird because it's a caramel color and it's definitely not the smell you'd expect.
Takes a swig. Trying to look as presentable as possible. He still has his manners.
It goes down smooth, but you almost have like, as it passes over your tongue, it gives you like a brief wave. Imagine Pop Rocks, but like just like one and done. Like it doesn't sit there. It's just like a wave.
God, that sounds delicious right now. I'm not gonna lie.
Mm-hmm.
Note to self: blackberry Crown Royal later.
I want some.
It is delicious.
That sounds good.
Oh, they still sell it? It wasn't just a summer thing? I hope
God,
so.
I hope so.
I need to go try and find some.
As
Anyway.
you're kind of taking in the drink, your father is also having one as he's standing at the window looking out at the main hall.
So, it all began with, hey CG, can you put up the thing?
Exposition for brevity! Which actually, while I'm here, I need to get the snipping of it because I
Thank-
mentioned it to the other group last night and I need to show it to them.
Thank you, CG.
I got you.
Just grabbing that. Post that in another Discord.
But yeah, he tells them,
Mhm.
he tells his dad everything, by the way, from kind of how he went to the Prime Material to the ventures that him and the rest of Exile Regalia have done, and he does not miss out on the Hellfire Assembly, the the Fangs, the Web of Erebus. Like
Mhm.
he's telling him his dad everything.
Yeah. He is silent for a very, like, 90% of this, just, like, listening to you, letting you talk. You both go through a couple of these glasses of whiskey. And as you're kind of getting caught up, he's kind of like standing back up, looking out the window again. Sounds like you've been around then.
Been around the Prime Material once, twice, maybe more. At this point, I've kind of lost count.
Good gods. What poor Druilla went through. Can't imagine. I remember your little squabbles and laughs you both would share as you grew. Someone loved to have the kinship that you two shared. And he's kind of... Go ahead.
There was a time where I wanted more than just kinship, but I just could not, for the life of me, continue down that path, knowing that she could have been the one to ruin my entire future. But kind of looking back down at the poster, giving it right back to me.
As he is looking down at the main hall and he's seeing a scene play where it's Ara seemingly like having caught her stride and making good with your family, he says, I'll admit, it didn't end up the way I expected it to either. But I am happy for you, nonetheless.
He'll just kind of like look towards the window itself, just kind of seeing her mingle with the rest of the siblings. She helped a lot.
Sounds like it.
She helped get around my usual charming exterior and saw, well, me. Saw me for me, not this face I put on. And showed me that it was okay to just show that to the rest of my friends. People who also just want to see me happy, genuinely happy.
Reminds me, funnily enough, of your mother and I in our younger years. Speaking of, make sure you say goodbye to her before you go.
I will. Though I have a small request.
He looks at you quizzically.
So, with everything that's going on in Paradigm and with the rest of the Hellfire Assembly, I have this to ask of you, and it's not an easy question, and I know someone's not going to like it, but it's the best shot I have.
He kind of stops you short, and he plants his hand on your shoulder. I think I know what you're going to ask me. She'll remain safe here. I promise you that.
I just can't have her being dragged into one of my fights.
I understand.
I ruined one keepsake. I can't ruin another.
I understand, son. You're a brave man. You're a good man. And I am proud of you. I need you to know that, in case I don't get the chance to say it again. No, however, take a moment and just remember that this is her fight as well.
I am literally going to be doing battle with an aunt that wanted to take her away.
I understand. And it's Corvin, it's around this time that you catch down on the main floor your mother being introduced to Ara.
Wide eyes. I should probably do something about that.
Yes, you probably should. Good luck, son. As he gives you like a swift pat on the back.
Just make sure you give her flowers or something like that. You know, be nice to her as he's, like, bolting out the door.
Where are you going, Corvin?
Straight to Mama.
Are you attempting to cut Mom off before she can meet Ara?
I assume, like, time-wise, he would probably get there, like, as, like, they get within, like, within, like, conversational distance.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they would. My dear, it is a pleasure to meet you. I have heard so much about you. Yeah, that's what
Oh, God.
I keep hearing. Oh,
Hello. Like, immediately puts himself up. Mother! He just goes into hugs.
Corvin, my dear boy, as she gives you a hug. And as she pulls back, she gives you a good once over. She looks you up and down, straightens you up a little bit. What is wrong, dear?
What?
Your mother has always had this keen habit, annoying habit of being able to see through you and your siblings. It made getting away with mischief a difficult thing as you grew up.
Whatever do you mean, Mother? I did nothing.
She squints.
He'll just kind of look at her, like, trying to be all innocent. I just wanted to bring Aura home, just to, meet everybody, and it appears as though she's been doing very well.
I'll admit I'm doing better than I thought I would. I was admittedly quite nervous. Oh dear, you have nothing to be nervous about here. Not while you're with this sly dog, as she kind of gives you a gentle nudge.
Accurate, but ow. He'll just kind of. He is a little nervous, like, in trying to say this. He hasn't really been this nervous since he, like, first asked her out, mostly in fear of getting his, face bashed in.
Mm-hmm.
But, he'll just kind of say, how's about... He stops. A moment, and he'll just kind of push Ara to the side, trying to... He'll actually, like, take her to, like, his... Like, where his room was. Just a little tour. Like...
As you're kind of walking, she goes, Are you okay? You suddenly seem nervous.
He doesn't say much, he just kind of leads her right to where his room would have been.
Corvin, I'm going to ask you politely that we not make the nasty immediately after meeting
No.
your mother.
No. It's not like that whatsoever. Ara, I know everything's been difficult, and I was just wondering how you'd feel about staying here for at least a few more days.
Staying here? Wait, I mean, I'm sorry. Aren't you about to go to essentially to war?
Yeah, I am.
And you want me to stay here?
Ara, this is the safest place for you. If something happens to me, I don't know what I would do if I didn't know that you were, at the very least, safe.
I can handle myself.
I know that, but what happens if they break through the Divine Gate and everything on the premise here goes to shit? I couldn't forgive myself if I put you in a position to where you were Marissa's fucking pet, or me her trophy. I can't have you serve her. I will not allow that. And if you're here to hopefully defend my family, then I think that they would be more than grateful. Hell, Drilla would be more than grateful to have somebody like you with your skills.
You're really serious about this, huh?
Yes. Yes, I am.
She, on the surface, certainly seems a bit disappointed. She takes a bit of a breath, little bit of a sigh. Well, make it worth my while.
In what regard?
You, Mr. Alakir, when you return back from your little escapade, you and I are going on a vacation. Somewhere sunny. With a beach. And I mean like a real beach, not like a Yarhar pirate beach.
It's almost as if like a little bit of that tension eases up from him, and he'll just smile. Oh, I know the perfect one. Do you remember where Kore is from?
Doesn't Corey live in a desert?
Oh. No. Trust me. Yeah, the sights are fantastic, and its people are a little like everyone here. As he's kind of like looking towards like the hallway and everything. A very bright disposition. It's actually a little nostalgic.
As you're kind of saying that, she smiles, tightly woven.
A little. A community that tries to reach out for it, that looks out for each other, the good and the bad, but I think you'd love it there.
She's smiling, she's nodding. You do see the small welling of tears in her eyes. I understand. But you will come back. Do I make myself clear? Or I will sail this fine ass down into the nine hells, and I will drag your sorry ass back up here.
By the name of the songbird Jirilla Ashanari, Archfey of Devilis, you have my word.
Good. And she'll lean in and she'll give you a kiss. Now go do what you do best. Be an asshole.
Oh, I have a couple of little party tricks that they're never going to suspect, as he's putting on that very same devious smile that he's, that Ara would know is, oh, I'm about to fuck up their entire world.
And I believe that's a good spot to put a pin in that, if that's okay, Corvin.
I talk too much.
No, you're good. So, gamers, I'm looking at the time. It is 10:30, and I still have 2 people left. I can, if you guys want, I can try my best and knock both of these out now, but I know for a fact that we will go over the 11 o'clock stop time if I do. So we have a couple options. We could push through now and try to get to all of it tonight. We could stop here and save the last 2 scenes for next week, which I would feel bad because that means we didn't get to everyone tonight. Or I can do 1 tonight and 1 next week. I guess the biggest question, this ultimately is up to Lily being River and Kore being Punk, because those are the 2 scenes I haven't done yet. I see that you both say that you work early tomorrow.
Yeah.
Okay. Do we want to go ahead and put a pin in tonight's session then? I admittedly feel bad that we didn't get to y'all tonight, but I will get to y'all scenes. I do promise you that.
And I'm here to tell you, you shouldn't feel bad because we can't help how time runs.
It happens.
I'm sorry for the thing these things.
And I know for a fact neither Punk or I are upset over it.
Nah.
Okay. Okay. Alrighty. Then, if everyone else is good with that plan as well, we will go ahead and put a pin in tonight's session, stop a little bit early, and we will pick back up with the second half of this next week. I told y'all that this would be 2, maybe 3 sessions before we get into your final arc, and it is now going to become 3. Or I guess 2 left, not including tonight.
Mm-hmm.
So, with that being said, thank you all for joining us. We appreciate you so very much. Let's send it on around the horn. We'll start with the 2 people who I unfortunately was not able to reach tonight.
Nose goes River.
Oh, God. Damn.
Fucking
Right in there.
damn. Okay.
Fucking
Punk said, really, I don't want to go first?
Snipe.
Well, you can find me over at twitch.tv/WickedRiver97, where my partner is actually working on some shit right now for me. That's what they've been doing this entire session, and I've been getting updates, and I'm very excited. So, stay tuned for that. But I'm still on hiatus till further notice. So yeah, there's stuff in the works though. I'm still living. Just working. Punk, go.
Shit. Hello. You all can find me on Twitch, Twitter, Instagram, sometimes TikTok, at Punkyard Dog. I try to stream Mondays. I will be streaming tomorrow. I just don't know what yet. But that's me. CG.
Punk, you forgot something important.
Oh yeah, Pack Tactics is having the finale this week.
Indeed.
Tuesday. At 6:30
Tuesday?
Central. 7:30 Eastern.
Tuesday.
Correct.
Twitch/Burnout.
Burnout on, yes.
Burnout Vaughn.
I was just wondering if it would just be twitch.tv/burnout.
But yes, Pack Tactics is coming to an end this year. My players have figured out the creature that has been stalking these poor Kuotoa and causing all of these problems. Now it's just time to confront it. But I'm getting ahead of myself as I am the CG, and you can find me nowhere because I don't much like social media, but you can find me on various Good Beans D&D channels such as the previously mentioned Burnout Vaughn, where I'm part of not just
The previously
we
mentioned Burnout, which is going to be me in a few weeks because, oh my god, I've got so much going on over the next few weeks.
Yeah. But you can find me there every other Saturday for our Saved by the Spell game. And you can find me on this channel, obviously every single Sunday for this beautiful game that Tart puts on for us. But also every other Tuesday, not this Tuesday, but the one after, for Rascals and Ravnica. We're going to get it. We're going to get that dumb spider. He's going to be melted.
I almost died because I almost
Yeah.
ate the spider. In fact, I did eat the spider. I just then almost swallowed it, which would have then been bad.
That would have been very
Y'all
bad.
ever seen the movie Alien?
Which one?
Which one? I just watched
Literally
2 last
any of
night.
them.
No, okay, yeah.
Yeah? What, are you
Or-
talking Chestburster?
Yes. Or inversely, Spaceballs.
Haven't seen Spaceballs, admittedly.
Yeah, no, so I did the sensible thing as a druid fighting a giant magical spider. I turned into a giant toad and I ate it.
Nice.
And then went to use my swallow ability to trap it in my belly. And Jake proceeded to tell me, don't do that. He's immune to acid damage. Which would mean that the spider would have bit me from the inside, causing
Ow.
me to turn back into a person. And then
Get sat
Or
on.
Nova.
No, exploding because I'm
Oh.
turning back into standard form on a medium-sized creature inside my stomach.
Oh no.
Yeah,
Yeah.
who then would have
you.
turned me immediately into a fucking fungus zombie.
Worse than being sat on. Got it.
Yeah.
Much worse. But we want to, if we're enjoying all the shenanigans of Rascals, let's start on over to someone who also is a Rascal, J Frost.
Hello, everybody. Find me at this lovely, lovely channel, twitch.tv/fartingtard, every Sunday, every other Tuesday, for both our Rascals and Ravnica and War of the Shattered Sun campaign. Gotta fucking love these campaigns. Also, find me over at twitch.tv/fartingtard.
I tried so hard tonight to get J Frost to open up, to get Rovan to open up about his father to his family, and he didn't.
Yeah, because I made an oath. I break that oath and I go back down under. And it stays permanent. I am not doing that.
Yeah, but
You ain't killing me that easily, God.
You have
I'm
now
gonna make you work for it.
you have now invoked something worse than the pact of a god.
The wrath of your mother.
A mother scorned. The wrath of a mother scorned.
Until that chonkla starts flying, I'm safe.
She
I'm just
considered it
dealing with
too.
I'm just dealing with emotional damage is all. But oh god, I love this campaign. Fuck, god damn it, Tar, why'd you have to craft a good story? Why'd you have to craft a good story, you son of a bitch?
Oh, I like just giving people trauma, emotional trauma.
Yes. But besides that, find me over on twitch.tv/burnoutfun every other Saturday for our Save on Smoke campaign, where soon I will be inflicting trauma on those people. But yeah, that's it for me. Joe.
If Wiley plays on Tuesdays, would he be considered a Wiley rascal?
True?
Correct.
That joke and more stupid puns on Tar's Discord, where I have posted in the D&D General channel because I am a fucking asshole. I'm kidding. Anyway, hey you two.
Check your butthole.
You two, please like this video because this was a fun session. Also, subscribe to the channel and ring that bell anytime Tark uploads a new video because you want to see the hilarity, chaos, and chicanery and shitposting that ensues. That's a lot of ants, I know, but you know what? I'm gonna throw it on back to Tark. Turtles.
Damn, that was so many ants. You could say it was a colony of ants. Thanks, buddy.
I get it.
Hello, my name is Furring Tart. I do have just a little bit of business to wrap up before we disperse for the night. So, I was talking about this with my party beforehand, and this is subject to change, but we are going to, in the next few weeks, we're going to be entering our last leg of this campaign. As we come to that segment of the game, we are likely, provided that it is okay, we have a couple people who need to check a couple things, but provided that it works for everyone, we will be having a slightly earlier start time for this game at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. If that is not feasible, then we will be doing our standard 7:30 start time. But I want to, if it's possible, experiment with starting just a little bit earlier, just to make sure we have a little bit of extra time to get as much done as possible for this last leg of this party's journey. That is 4 years in the making, y'all. Guys, we've been doing this game for 4 years. We started this game during COVID summer.
Yeah, we did.
Oh god.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, July of 2020.
That feels like a fucking lifetime ago.
It sure does.
God, it does.
Dude, we've been doing this campaign for 2/3 of Nugget's life.
I became a father.
God damn.
Yeah.
I'm getting married.
You are getting married, my gamer. Let's go. Which brings me to my next point of business. Hey gamers!
Segways.
Hey gamers! The weekend of the 11th, that specifically October 13th, we will not be having a session that weekend as, well, frankly, most of our party is going to be in a location undisclosed for Joe's wedding.
Yes.
Yeah.
It did pick up, but Bun also went, woo! Do it louder. Woo! Yeah!
Thank you, Bun. Can't wait to
Yes.
see ya.
Hey.
Yes.
Also, I'm just gonna say this: one person in this
Oh,
house is one
fuck.
of the best
Fuck.
men, and yeah, I'm not. It's gonna be amazing. I'm gonna be an emotional fucking wreck. If y'all want to see me with emotions, well, fucking, it's gonna come. I'm gonna be
Come
so spent. Oh my god.
But with that being said, you have already found me here at twitch.tv/FaringTart. I am your humble dumble master for this long form game that we run here. I was gonna try to see if I could finish this up in under 200 episodes, maybe even possibly end it on 200. That is seeming less and less feasible now, which is not a bad thing. I was just thinking, it'd be so funny if we ended on 200. That'd be crazy. But who knows? We still have, 13 more sessions to possibly hit that magic number. So who knows? We may get crazy. But, yeah. When I'm not doing this game or other games, I am often doing variety games as a dog tuber.
Dog.
This week, I am going to... Specifically, I need to double check a couple things for this week. But on Saturday, I'm going to be joining a few gamers for a Monster Road Trip stream. We're going to be having
Ooh.
Trash Queen. We're going to be having Marf. We're going to be having Sega. It's going to be a hectic, chaotic time, and I'm very excited about it. We've been planning this collab for probably about 2 months now, but we just had to keep pushing it back more and more. Thanks, Sega.
Yes, Sega.
Yes,
The
Sega.
Sonic Company?
No.
Yeah, fucking. Oh, I thought it was the same Sega.
But yeah, so we'll be doing that this week. The next time you'll see me though will be on Jake's channel on Tuesday. Come Tuesday. Hold on. Tuesday. Come Tuesday. Come Tuesday.
Right.
Where we will be doing our next episode of Sea of the Deal Breakers, or as I like to call my Tuesday D&D, Albino Beastman Tuesday.
Yeah, it really is.
Yeah.
I miss you, Von Wagner.
Because I play an albino Minotaur one week, and then I play an albino Loxodon the other. So that...
Fucking what?
She's not wrong.
Bun coming out of fucking left field.
The only thing she needed to do there was point at me and go, ha! Right before. Yes, you do have a needle in your hand. But, yes. So, with that being said, we're going to go send it on over to our buddy Wiley, who we were talking about earlier, our
Handsome.
other rascal.
Yeah.
Tell him he's handsome. Because he
He
is.
do be handsome.
Tell him he's good at Ocarina of Time.
He do be good.
Be jealous of his hair.
But we will be back next time for another episode of Exile Regalia. Thank you all so much for joining us tonight. We appreciate you so very much. And remember, as always, Black Lives Matter, trans rights are human rights. You are loved, you are valid, and most importantly, you fucking matter. I love you all. I will see you all next time. Bye-bye!
See ya!
Adios.
Bye.